The guy we are, the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, Miss Jackie Christie.
Oh, man, Jackie Christie from Basketball Wives. You've been in the Rumor Report a lot lately.
Years ago, we decided, his career, I'd be there. I would support him and everything. And then once he hung up his shoes, then I would do my career. And that's what we're doing.
The drama between Jackie and Doug Christie has reached a boiling point, and trust us, this is the kind of story that will have you glued to your screen. Picture this. After years of marriage, countless public appearances, and even surviving rumors swirling around their private life, Jackie drops a bombshell. She files for divorce, not quietly or modestly, but with a jaw-dropping demand for $300 million. Yes, you heard that right, $300 million. She paints herself as the victim of years of mistreatment, emotionally and financially drained, and the public, they ate it up. For a while at least.
First of all, we've been together, 20 plus years. We've been married for 21 years now. We just had our 21st wedding. We went to Napa.
Hold up, because Doug wasn't about to let the world run with this narrative. Nope, the man wasted no time. While Jackie was out there basking in public sympathy, Doug was assembling a legal dream team. And let's just say this team wasn't about to play nice. They dug deep, and what they found completely flipped the script. At first glance, Jackie's story seemed airtight. She appeared to be the wronged wife, a woman just trying to reclaim her dignity after years of supposed disrespect. But Doug, he knew better. For him, this wasn't just about money. It was about his name, his legacy. The guy has spent years building a reputation in the business world, and he wasn't going to let unproven allegations tarnish what he had worked so hard for.
Well, marriage is definitely communication, respect, and that means not just respecting your partner, but also yourself. Intimacy, that's very important.
So, Doug's team started connecting the dots. And oh, were there dots. Financial red flags began popping up left and right. Jackie's spending didn't align with her accounts. There were whispers of offshore transfers, unexplained withdrawals, and, wait for it, hidden business ventures that were raking in unreported income. The plot thickened. The image of a financially struggling Jackie was crumbling, piece by piece. What's worse, it appeared that Jackie had been deliberately funneling money into secret accounts for years. Years! Can you believe that?
A lot of people counted us out. They said we wasn't going to make it, but that's my best friend, and, we ride together.
Well, they used to say y'all weren't going to make it because you used to be so, like you had them on a leash seeing them.
The courtroom showdown that followed was nothing short of cinematic. Jackie walked in with her head held high, oozing confidence. She had the media on her side, the public sympathy in her pocket, and every intention of making Doug look like the bad guy. But what she didn't know was that Doug Doug came prepared. His legal team didn't stroll in with a few flimsy papers. No, they had stacks, literal stacks of evidence. Bank statements, tax records, business documents. This wasn't just a defense, it was a full-blown expose. The moment Doug's lawyer began presenting the first set of documents, the atmosphere in the courtroom shifted. Jackie's confidence? Gone. Her eyes widened, and she sat up straighter as the reality of the situation started sinking in. The room went silent as Doug's attorney meticulously laid out how Jackie had been moving money into offshore accounts, making covert investments under fake company names, and even purchasing properties disguised as business expenses. It was all there, black and white. And the kicker? Jackie had been claiming she was financially ruined while quietly pocketing millions through side deals.
And all that, but he just respects his queen, and he is my king, so.
And you should keep your woman around you. That's how you stay out of trouble.
There it is. That's right.
That's the truth to the matter.
The judge's demeanor grew increasingly serious as this information came to light. What had started as a messy divorce case was now heading into the territory of potential financial fraud. Jackie's lawyers scrambled to counter the claims, but the damage was done. The receipts were undeniable, and the courtroom audience, they were eating it up. But the revelations didn't stop with just financial mismanagement. Doug's legal team had uncovered something even more shocking. Jackie had been using fake names and aliases to set up shell companies. These companies weren't just for hiding money, they were being used to create a false paper trail that painted Doug as complicit in shady dealings. The goal? To make it look like Doug was involved in questionable business practices, further tarnishing his reputation. This wasn't just a case of fraud, it was calculated character assassination. The courtroom buzzed with murmurs as these details were laid out, and the judge's furrowed brow deepened.
And it's interesting because a lot of people feel like reality TV has ruined a lot of relationships. Has it caused any strain? Because I'm sure it's hard for him to watch the show.
Yeah.
And he sees a lot of drama happening with you on the show in particular.
And as if that wasn't enough, the investigators had stumbled upon evidence of Jackie using her connections to blackball Doug within the industry. Emails and call logs revealed that Jackie had been reaching out to potential business partners, subtly dropping hints that Doug was untrustworthy and warning them to steer clear of working with him. This deliberate effort to isolate Doug professionally, paired with her media manipulation, painted a picture of someone who wasn't just seeking financial gain, but actively trying to destroy her husband's livelihood. The courtroom felt heavier with every piece of evidence Doug's team revealed. What made this all the more devastating for Doug was learning just how deep the betrayal went. It wasn't just business competitors and tabloids Jackie had enlisted in her schemes. According to Melissa's testimony, Jackie had even reached out to Doug's own friends and colleagues, attempting to turn them against him. Whispered accusations, subtle insinuations. Jackie's campaign against Doug had been relentless, and while some had seen through it, others had distanced themselves, unsure of what to believe. Doug sat silently as his attorney recounted these efforts, his expression a mix of hurt and resolve. This wasn't just a divorce. It was a battle for his very identity.
How do you really hope to heal your family after this? Because I don't think your intention was to bring your family on this show and have all this kind of stuff. So how are you approaching that?
But wait, there's more. Just when you thought things couldn't get worse for Jackie, Doug's team dropped another bombshell. Enter Melissa, Jackie's longtime assistant. Oh, Melissa didn't hold back. This woman was done keeping secrets. She revealed that Jackie had been planning this divorce for over a year. A year, and not just planning, but scheming. According to Melissa, Jackie had been digging into Doug's personal and professional life, trying to find any shred of evidence that could paint him as the villain. Emails, text messages, business documents, Jackie had her assistant combing through everything. But when Melissa couldn't find anything incriminating, Jackie allegedly started making things up. Melissa went on to explain how Jackie orchestrated an entire media campaign to frame Doug as the unfaithful, disrespectful husband. Jackie had allegedly paid certain tabloids to run fabricated stories about Doug's behavior. From rumors of infidelity to claims of public humiliation, Jackie had been working overtime to shape a narrative that would make her look like the innocent party. And for a while it worked. The media lapped it up. But now, the truth was coming out and it wasn't pretty.
I just wanted us to have a chance to just sit down and, discuss it.
Oh, and just when you think it couldn't get any juicier, Doug's team pulled out one last piece of evidence that left everyone in the courtroom speechless. A folder filled with correspondence between Jackie and some of Doug's fiercest business competitors. Yes, you heard that right, competitors. Jackie had been passing along sensitive business information to Doug's rivals. Client lists, contracts, strategies, it was all in there. The betrayal wasn't just personal, it was professional. Jackie wasn't just trying to take Doug's money, she was actively sabotaging his career. The judge's reaction? Let's just say it was grim. After carefully reviewing the documents, the judge announced that the case would need to be re-examined for potential financial fraud and conspiracy. This wasn't just a divorce anymore, it was turning into a criminal investigation. Jackie's face, pale, her once confident demeanor completely shattered. And Doug? He looked like a man who had just reclaimed his life. The fallout from this courtroom drama was immediate. Headlines about Jackie's alleged fraud and betrayal flooded social media. The public, once firmly in her corner, turned on her in an instant. Her Instagram comments? Brutal. Former supporters called her out as a liar and manipulator. Even brands that had partnered with Jackie began distancing themselves. Sponsorships were quietly canceled, and some of her closest friends in Hollywood went radio silent. Meanwhile, Doug was riding a wave of public sympathy. He didn't go on a media tour or give lengthy interviews. He didn't need to. The evidence had spoken for itself. Paparazzi caught him leaving the courtroom, looking calm and composed. A quick nod to the cameras and he was off. The man had won, and he knew it.
Okay, let's start off like that. So you and Doug Christie renew your vows every single year.
Yeah.
And I see you guys have a book out also.
Yeah.
Talking about, I guess, how to make your marriage. And
This story isn't over, not by a long shot. Jackie's legal troubles are far from resolved. With accusations of corporate sabotage and financial fraud hanging over her head, she could be facing serious consequences. Fines, jail time, it's all on the table. And as for her claims of spousal support, those are looking less likely by the day. Doug, on the other hand, is already moving forward. The businesses that distanced themselves during the divorce rumors, they're coming back, eager to work with him again. His reputation, once dragged through the mud, is stronger than ever. Doug's focus now is on rebuilding his empire and clearing his name for good.
Hard. This is a dog world out there, especially in reality TV, especially on a show like this. Every man for himself. That's why I always stay a loner on the show, if you notice.
So, what do you think? Did Jackie really think she could pull off such an elaborate scheme without getting caught? And what about Doug? Can he fully recover from this whirlwind of drama and betrayal? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, stay tuned for more updates on this ever-evolving story. Until next time.